Assalamu alaikum. This is Sadia Jalali with Muslim Bliss. Wanted to talk a little bit today about a trend I've seen in several people that I've spoken to recently in therapy, where because of our quarantine situation and the social isolation and just, the stay at home orders and whatnot, what happens is when you don't have your normal routine, when you don't have your normal schedule, when you don't have a lot of distractions in life, many people have just been kind of caught in their own heads and they haven't been able to escape, and sometimes that can be a very dangerous place for some people. If you're someone who has struggled with things in the past, you may have a lot of negative self-talk. If you're someone who has struggled in your relationship, but have been, really busy and maybe not, focused on some of the issues, or they were minor enough where it was like, okay, I can get by. Quarantining exacerbated everything. It magnified everything. And it actually turned, molehills into mountains, essentially, right? It turned small issues and really made them very big. Now, there's two ways that can go. On one hand, it can be a good thing in terms of these were things that needed to be addressed anyway, and now they've kind of found their way out, and now we have to address them and try to move forward and resolve them. On the other hand, it's turned issues that just wouldn't even be an issue or wouldn't be something you would ever notice or think about had this situation not arise. And it was something that should be, potentially just, let go and not even thought twice about. So, there's a couple of different ways this overthinking and, this echo chamber that many people have found themselves in the last few months has played out. And what I would really encourage you all to do is, work on that. Acknowledge that you are in your head a lot, due to circumstances, due to not, the lack of, again, routine and structure, and try to look at both sides of it. Are the issues that are coming up and arising, the self-awareness and the things that you're starting to feel and see, maybe in your relationships, are they issues that have always been there that really need to be addressed? Like, have they been swept under the rug and now it's almost like we can't hide from it because the daily grind slowed down? The rat race kind of, everyone kind of came to a screeching halt a few months back. And so, is this the time? Is this time for you to address those issues? And or, the self for your own, if they're not in relationship, if they're just about you, your personal history, your family history, anything going on with you personally, same, look at it and say, am I making something out of nothing? Or is this something that, hey, this is probably something I need to talk through with somebody, and maybe even a professional, And so don't be hesitant to reach out if you do feel like these issues have become, they're real issues that have just found their time to be addressed now. Or sit back and reflect and say, okay, I'm really overthinking this. I need to get out of my own head. I have some negative self-talk that I need to work through. I am, exacerbating issues that aren't really there. I am making something out of, nothing. So those are the kinds of things that you want to start to think about and evaluate for yourself, inshallah, and see where you land. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing an uptick in, people saying, I'm just in my head a lot. I hear that a lot these days. So one of the best ways to get out of that is practicing some mindfulness, right? When you align your mind and your body, you can be more present. So you do your deep breaths, you do your deep breathing, you start to feel your sometimes I'll tell people to squeeze your hands and let go. Feel that circulation come back. Feel what that feels like throughout your body. Find ways to, get out of your head and be very present in the current, state. You're cooking, you're boiling water. Watch the water boil. Watch the bubbles. I'm trying to stay very focused on where I am, right? If you're taking a walk, look at the bugs, look at the leaves, think about the humidity, whatever, to be very present. And inshallah, that will really help you begin to start to work and get out of your head. And again, if inshallah there are real issues that need to be addressed, reach out and try to, resolve them and use this time as growth opportunities, as opposed to this, terrible time where all of our issues have spilled out. Maybe it's time for them to be addressed. So inshallah, just a quick reminder, try not to overthink during this time, and inshallah till next time. Assalamu alaikum.